Coming up next, On the Spot. What is it? Nintendo announces the real name for the revolution, and we've got a Rich Gallup poll full of GameSpot editors' reactions. Also, the good folks at ATI stop by to demonstrate the magic that is DirectX 10, and we play Okami, Guild Wars Factions, and Lost Magic. Plus, we reveal the winner of our E3 Undercover competition, try to install Final Fantasy XI on our 360, and review Silent Hill the movie. Cause why not? We're live and on the spot. Hello, everyone, and welcome to On the Spot. Why not, Jeff Gerstmann?
Dude,
why not?
Why? I think is a better question.
Why? Why not? Yeah.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Gentlemen, I believe it's we.
You know, it's I.
That would make more sense with all the I's.
Yeah.
That's not how I spell we.
In case you're just joining us and haven't read the news headlines today, Nintendo has announced the official name for the revolution. It's not the revolution. They've said
And they're not joking.
No, it's we.
This is for real.
It is we. It is W-I-I, we.
Sure.
It makes no sense. Although
it also makes perfect sense.
If it stands for what is it, then and they're just going to reveal something at E3 where it's going to be something like, just kidding! You thought we'd call it that? Oh, chomps. It's actually revolution still.
Well, you know, with the reaction they seem to be getting, you know, maybe that'll happen, but who knows?
But we have a great show for you today, Jeff.
Really? Okay,
we
cool.
have a great show for you today. We have special guests coming from ATI. They're here while we're talking about the next generation of consoles. They're going to show us some next-gen PC business.
Right on.
DirectX 10.
Well, all right.
It's like, why isn't that DirectX X?
Because then it would be... Oh, man, it would be back to the Nintendo Wii conversation, you know? Too many letters.
Problem,
it's true. Ryan Davis, what else do we have going on today, sir?
We have a bunch of stuff. Greg Kasavin's here. He is going to be playing some Guild Wars Factions for us in a little bit. Carrie is going to be showing off Okami. We got the Japanese import version. That's from the Clover Studios, the people who brought you Beautiful Joe. We're going to be giving you a movie review of Silent Hill, the film, which some brave editors went out and watched last weekend and are here now to give us their say on it. We're going to be showing off Lost Magic for the DS. Justin Calvert's going to come by and show that off.
But first,
we're going to, Greg, you want to kick this off? So you're in the process right now of reviewing Final Fantasy XI for the Xbox.
Whoa. Let me stop you guys there. Let me stop you there.
Okay.
We're so prepared for this. We have action graphics.
Oh,
action graphics.
Action graphics.
Hit us with the action graphics. All right, go ahead.
Okay, what's going on here is we're getting ready to install Final Fantasy XI to the Xbox 360. Now, you have to watch carefully. I'm going to see. I have the option to back out right now, but I'm not.
Don't do it.
Go in, man.
All right. Here we go. Okay, license agreement. Yes, I've read it before. I've read it a bunch of times. Accept. Install. No, all right. It's going to happen. Fade to black. Hold your breath.
Man, you crazy.
Okay.
What have you done?
So what's happening here? What we've got going here? Wait for it.
I'm still waiting. Here we go.
All right. Okay.
So you can play like 12 minutes, right?
So okay. Well, actually, I think the title screen is still fading in. This is, you know, man.
It's starting to install. It's starting to install.
Oh, push any button to install. Man, this is so intense.
Do it.
What's going to happen?
Are you going to enter the world of Final Fantasy XI now?
Oh, look, the game's starting.
The intro's starting. I'm going to skip the intro.
Dude!
The intro's kind of long. All right, here we go, and we're off.
Install process.
Begin installation. Now, you'll remember I've already said that I want to begin installation, but I'm going to say, God damn it, yes, I still want to begin
now
installation.
Prepare.
All right, it's on. Time remaining 59 minutes. The race is on. Can we finish this show before Final Fantasy XI installs? Hurry.
We will check back.
That is a challenge we are willing to accept. Greg, you are a dangerous man. We appreciate you taking on this assignment for us.
You know, I've done this about 4 times before, you know, on the Japanese PlayStation 2, the American PlayStation 2, the PC, my Xbox 360, and so was that 5 times?
This
so,
5.
Man, it never ceases to, it's like playing Resident Evil 4 or something, man. It still gets me.
Because installing console games makes sense.
Minutes.
Completely.
It makes
complete sense.
Why not?
Stop!
All right.
Just stop!
So thank you for this opportunity.
We'll be checking in with that during the course of the show, but right now, we're all kidding aside. The moment we heard the news, Tyler and I ran around with the camera, and we asked everyone, all you editors, what you thought of Nintendo's new name for the Revolution. Check it out. All right, thanks, us. It's Thursday morning, and we've all just come into the office. It's a perfect opportunity for another Rich Gallup poll because Nintendo has announced the name for the Revolution, and it's kind of crazy. It's Wii. It's W-I-I. That's what it is. Let's see what the editors have to say about it. All right, Ryan Davis, Nintendo Wii. What was your initial reaction? How do you feel about it now?
I'm still kind of in shock. I'd like to say that, like, I think it makes sense, or that it means anything at all to me, but it just seems like just a laundry list of terrible decisions. For one, we already means something, so it's just gonna get lost in the language. That's gonna create lots of real, like, who's on first kind of situations. For two, the revolution. People have been saying revolution for a year, and it means something to them. So to change it to the Wii now just seems ridiculous. Even if you just look at the name, you don't know what to say.
So, Rich, do you want to come over to my place after this and you can play with my Wii?
No, that's just dangerously French sounding.
This is the problem. No one ever, says this stuff aloud.
To the Wii, I say non.
Nintendo Wii. What are your thoughts?
Rich, how long have we known each other?
3 years now, probably.
Okay. I like to think that you and I have a pretty good understanding of how each of us think. We've worked together for a while now. What do you think I think about the Wii?
I think you think it's a terrible name, and you can't wait to make fun of it a lot.
It's perfect. It is awesome. No, it's is it a word? It's not in the dictionary.
It's a brand.
I don't know what to make of it. I noticed earlier it's the only console that they've ever made where you'll never have to have a shorthand version of the name.
Maybe they could cut out one of the eyes.
Okay, yeah. And then what?
Why?
That is my question. Why? Why?
We think there's the strong possibility of Wii Go being the internet functionality.
I don't know if the language is the same over here, but in the UK, if a kid tells his mum that he wants a Wii, then she's going to run out of the store looking for a bathroom. So
this is like the queen, king of stupid names.
Brendan Sinclair, the cool voice of Canada. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay.
What can you tell us about the Nintendo Wii?
I think if they're really serious about appealing to the non-gamer market, this is a good start by alienating the entire gaming market.
All right.
Just kicking this perfectly good name right out the window.
I really like branding. It's something a lot of people don't know about me. Like the science of naming products, I find it really fascinating, always have. This is terrible. And it's everything I hate about branding because it's them sitting there going, we need to find a way to bring people together. It's about groups, man. It's about, just the heart. It's about, the human condition. All I hear are those conversations going down somewhere in some branding laboratory or some deep, dark Nintendo hallway or something where people are trying to figure this out. And I just wish that I had a time machine so that I could go back, kick in the door with some kind of headband on and just start hitting people. It's sort of like the reaction everyone had to the Dreamcast, but magnified by a factor of 5 at least.
It's pretty dumb. So you've played pretty much every game system ever made. Is this your new favorite name now ever, or what?
Oh, it's so bad. I mean, the Revolution to me, I understand, the concept of, maybe 360 and Revolution and that whole idea of spinning around stuff might be too close, but aside from that, Revolution made sense to me. But of course, it's not about the name, it's about the games, right? So
thank you for being the first person to say that, by the way. I appreciate it.
Excellent. I'm glad to be the first.
Ryan McDonald, bring it to your real That's what it's all about. So that's going to do it for the Rich Gallup poll on the Nintendo Wii. Tyler, what do you think of it, cameraman? No? Okay. As Ryan McDonald just said, though, it's really not about the name of the system. It's about the games. But, the name kind of weak. Back to you guys.
That's great, Rich. I think, it was pretty shocking, and actually we got a lot of reactions going up in the new video blog, so you can check it out. I posted one, and so did Tim Tracy, so there's more reactions on the way. Right now, I'm here with Gennady Rigor, who's the lead, lead of a bunch of engineers who talk to...
Lead engineer for a bunch of other engineers who help other game
developers. That's fantastic. And Bob Drebin, who's the head of graphics architecture over at ATI, and they've brought by DirectX 10. So why don't you just show us what it is? You're showing a demo right now, a tech demo, so just give us a little basics rundown of what it is.
Okay, specifically what we're showing is really the type of calculation or type of imagery you'll see as games move into the DirectX 10 era. That today, when games are mostly about using the graphics card to do rendering, and as we move to the future, the graphics card, the processing power of the graphics card will be moved to doing game computing. And so here we have simulation of water simulation, and not only is the picture being rendered on the graphics card, but the mathematical wave calculations are being done on the GPU of the graphics card today. And so this type of compute processing is something that the GPU is good at, and the CPU is not as adept at doing. And so what we'll see more and more of is this type of calculation. So you can see, I think what we're doing here is, first of all, the mesh is showing where we're doing the wave calculations at the nodes. But the reason I think we're going slow now is because we're using the CPU.
Just showing the CPU and how that would how it would do the same thing that the GPU is doing now.
If you turn off the wireframe, you can see what it looks like at this.
So what you're doing right now with DirectX 10, you've done that before. You've shown that this is the thing you're talking about right now is this universal shader.
Right.
So you've done that before with the
Xbox 360.
Xbox 360. Right. So you're going to show. So you're working on that.
Right. There's two components really. There's having the access in the API to enable this type of computing, but as people do more and more diverse types of computing, having an architecture like Xbox 360 that can dynamically move the compute from geometry processing, math processing, and pixel processing is something that will be key.
And here's another example. If you try to remove some of the limitations of DirectX 9, this is a type of complexity you might expect from DX10 applications. So in this case, we have 10,000 characters running around there, different animations.
Lot of characters.
So can you imagine that in your games? Kind of Lord of the Rings kind of battles.
Oh, sure, absolutely. That's a lot of people.
Today, games are limited in the number of objects that they can display at one time. So in DirectX 10, a lot of effort has been made to try to enable more and more objects, not just more and more polygons. And so this type of complexity is something you'll be able to see in the DirectX 10 timeframe.
And by comparison, you might see something like this kind of complexity in today's games. Maybe not that fast, but in DX10, we're talking about this kind of massive scenes.
So we have a question right here from David Brunner from Sacramento, California. He says, if you have an old ATI card, can you still use DirectX 10 to some extent?
So DirectX 10 will require new graphics cards.
Okay.
Some of the techniques that we're showing, you can enable on old graphics or on existing graphics cards, I should say. So you can go to our website and download some of the demos that we're showing today, and that type of capability can be used on DirectX 9.
And you can use Radeon X1000 series to run the demos from the SDK to see this running live.
All right. Cool. So what is this doing for like game developers? Like how does this make their lives easier, or, you know?
Well, it's giving them insight into what they'll be able to achieve in the DX10 timeframe. And basically it emphasizes that we're going to use a lot more different compute resources, not just for the rendering, but for physics and other compute-intensive tasks.
So DirectX 10 will take away some of the limitations and give the developers the flexibility that they want to really go and do more than just rendering, but do total game computing. So I think you'll see game developers will choose to use their graphics card to do what makes the game most compelling, not necessarily just focus on the visuals.
And it will be increasing interactivity with the game and so forth.
So now this is going to be a big impact for PC games, but are you guys working with console games at all? Do you have anything to tell me about that? No, I've not planned this question.
Oui, oui.
They do. Yeah. So you can't tell us anything about that, but you are going to be working with Nintendo, or you are working.
Right. So we work with Microsoft on Xbox 360. We're working with Nintendo on Wii.
Oh, fantastic! You should have come and told us before, you know. And this is a demo. This is just showing us some of the stuff. But this is available on the site, right?
Yes.
So people can come by and check out your SDKs and download this and just sort of see how it's working.
And actually, it's been available for a while now. This is one of the demos that we released with Radeon X 1800 series. And we just want to emphasize some of the interesting things that your viewers probably haven't seen before.
Some of the water effects and stuff like that.
So what this demo shows, some next level techniques that will be available for the future games, something that we expect to see in the games. from different types of rendering based on ray tracing approaches such as parallax occlusion mapping to some of the interesting simulations for the water and the rain. And that just emphasizes this extra necessity for compute power to do these physical simulations on the GPU, because GPUs are very, very good at it.
It's one of the early games that's doing dynamic computation on the GPU. So more than just rendering, but actually simulating the properties, the way the water moves, reflects with gravity. If you watch the water as it moves down.
Oh, very cool.
The wall.
So now if people want to take more of this, they're going to go to your site, download it, and see it all for themselves. I think we're running out. So when can we expect to see more of DirectX 10? I know Windows Vista is coming out early next year. Can you give me any?
Specifically, the timeframes we can't talk about, but I think by next year you will be seeing Windows Vista. DirectX 10 ships with Windows Vista, so that's about the time frame you'll be looking.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
We'll be able to run on DX9,
so people will maybe see it a little bit sooner.
Absolutely.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Next up, we have Rich is over there with Greg, and they're going to show us some Guild Wars factions, I believe.
We sure are, Carrie. Thank you very much, Greg. What do you think, DirectX 10? You ready for that?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm curious to see what Windows Vista does. I'm getting sick of having the same old operating system on my computer for so long.
I still have Windows 2000 at home.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
I don't know.
We didn't get you for the Rich Gallup poll. You were off in a meeting, but what do you have to say about it?
I'm not just saying this to be political. I'm somewhat less pessimistic about the name. I think that most video game system names are really stupid when I first hear them, and then I get used to it. Like Dreamcast and PlayStation and Xbox. It's like my reaction was the same to all those things. So when I heard Wii, I don't know. I saw that trailer and it looked like an iPod commercial. And
I thought it was like a Pixar thing.
Yeah. So it's fine. I'll get used to it. I actually do. I don't think Revolution, as cool of a name as that is, like fits that system particularly well. So, at least they changed it. At least they changed it before E3 to make it somewhat less confusing.
Cool. Well, thank you. Well, let's talk about the game you got on your lap right there, Guild Wars Factions.
I have Guild Wars Factions here. It was just kind of released to pre-order, to people who pre-ordered it yesterday. And you can download the whole thing. It's one of the cool things about Guild Wars. It's the follow-up to one of last year's kind of most interesting and innovative PC games. And it introduces just a whole mess of new content. It's not an expansion pack; it's actually a standalone game. But you can, but if you do have the original Guild Wars, you can kind of add it on and just dive right in and with the same character you've been using, or create a new character. I'm playing as a Ritualist character here, who's one of the new classes. I'm gonna.
The other one's the Assassins, right?
Yeah, Flawless Victory. We kicked the crap out. That was actually a PvP battle, but I think I was only up against one dude. But, so yeah, the Ritualist can summon these crazy ghosts and stuff. But I'm gonna log off and show some of the character creation. But the cool thing about Guild Wars is there's a ton of single player content and there's a ton of PvP-focused multiplayer content, and it's they've always said it's this highly kind of skill-based affair. It's not about mashing buttons or anything. You can only come into battle with 8 skills at a time. So here's an assassin-type character.
Cool.
Yeah, you can create a role-playing or PvP character. PvP, you just jump straight into the combat, and role-playing, you get to do a lot of the campaign stuff. Prophecies campaign is the original Guild Wars. Factions campaign is the new stuff. It takes place in the Far East, Far East inspired types of landscapes. And
while you're doing that, can you crank the volume a little bit for us on that?
I can try if I actually know where it is. Yeah, this game actually has really nice sounding music. You picking any of that up?
I think so.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
At any rate,
we'll let the tech guys worry about that.
Yes. Well, it's got cool music. Take my word for it.
We will take your word for it.
I like this because you could basically make Go-Go from Kill Bill Volume 1.
Nice.
Actually, I didn't get her face right, but yeah, there she is. The one with the crazy
ball and the chain thing.
Sickle chain.
Yeah.
I think. So I'm gonna dive back in with a role-playing character.
Now, what's the difference, as you're saying, between the role-playing and the PvP?
The role-playing, you basically start out as a low-level character and go through a big story-based adventure, and you could play it either single-player or cooperatively with others. Mm-hmm. It starts off as single-player and sort of scales up. You take on these bigger and bigger missions. With PvP, basically you start off you start off with a character who's already maxed out and is super powerful and ready just to dive right in, kind of no nonsense action type of stuff.
Right.
So this is you know, in the role playing. As a role-playing character, you run around, talk to people, go into towns and all that, and PvP, you just don't deal with any of that stuff. So the game, you know, attempts to be all things to all people in that respect. And if it's anything like the original Guild Wars, it probably, you know, might well do a damn good job of it. So yeah, check out these graphics, yo.
Cool.
It's just a really nice-looking game, like the original. It's just big, long view distance, and I'm going to run down there and start killing some stuff.
Nice. While you do that, one of our favorite parts of On the Spot here is interacting with you, the viewers.
Really?
It's true. We get to do all kinds of stuff with them, and including taking questions from everybody using the question form you see on this pop-up player. Type them in automatically. They get beamed to Carrie and Ryan's computer. You guys got some questions for us?
We have a ton of questions about Guild Wars. People want to know all sorts of things. Such as Josh Williams from Waco, Texas. He wants to know, can you use new character types in the original Guild War campaigns?
Yes, if you have the original Guild Wars.
Okay, so you need to own both games.
Huh?
So you'll need to own...
Well, yeah, if you want to play the original Guild Wars campaign, then you need the original Guild Wars. And you can create like an assassin or ritualist character and go back into the game. That's my understanding. I haven't actually done that yet.
That's a cool looking creature.
Basically, although Factions takes place like sort of on a totally separate continent, that, like I said, it's kind of got this Far East flavor to it. There are ways of transferring between them and going kind of to the medieval world that the original Guild Wars was known for.
Nice.
So yeah, my assassin has these different skills like Unsuspecting Strike, which does extra damage the more health that the enemy has, which is pretty cool. So if you lead off with a hit like that, you take a good chunk out of the guy's health early on, and assassins get to use like different combo attacks and so on.
Now, Guild Wars is known for its skill system.
Yeah.
How many skills have you run across so far in Factions?
You know, not many, because I only started playing it last night.
Okay.
But reportedly, there are like well over 100 new skills in this game, including new ones for the existing character classes. So there were a ton of skills in Guild Wars to begin with, and it really did turn out to be like a big part of the fun. Just like playing around with different skill types and mixing and matching, just to create like an interesting character who can, you know, effectively support a group or just kick serious butt in a multiplayer match.
Nice. More questions, Ryan and Carrie?
Yes, Calgo Boom from the Woodlands, Texas wants to know, does Guild Wars Factions still run on the same engine, or have the graphics been improved at all?
It does clearly run on the same engine. The graphics, I wouldn't say they've, you know, from my own experience, I wouldn't say they've been improved, but a lot of them are new. And Guild Wars was a really, really pretty game, and yet remains a pretty game. So it's great to see all the kind of Far Eastern stuff. It's just cool stuff to have in this game, because, like I said, Guild Wars was more of like going for like a medieval feel. So getting lots of like ninja and samurai type stuff, and, you know, big like Oriental-looking arches. That's a neat addition to the game world. So it's really easy on the eyes.
Ryan Davis, 2 more questions. 2.
Make them count.
2 and make them count. Okay. Everyone is asking, and just so that we can be clear about this, Nathan Nicholas from Albuquerque, New Mexico, is there a monthly payment to play online?
No.
That maintains the case.
I think, and the makers of Guild Wars are not paying me to announce that. I think the big thing about Guild Wars is that it's a whole lot like a massively multiplayer game, but it's not saddled with any of those nasty monthly fees like certain other games we have on the show today. It's, you know, technically it's not a massively multiplayer game, but that's really technically. You play it with a whole bunch of other people at the same time, so for all intents and purposes, it might as well be a game like that. But you pay your $40 or $50 or whatever, and you're good. You're good indefinitely.
Last question, Ryan Davis.
All right, Nav from wants to know, when we transfer players, will we have all of our skills and stuff?
I'm quite sure you do. You technically don't really transfer players. It's just your character is accessible from the get-go, because you're basically just adding a big old chunk of content onto the game you already have if you own Guild Wars.
Can I ask one more question?
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Nick Biggs from Fort Wayne, Indiana. How many players can participate in the PvP battles?
Oh man, what is it? It scales up. It's something. What is it? 12? It goes up. One of the really cool things about Guild Wars was it starts off as like a 4-player game, and suddenly it's 6-player, and then it's 8-player, and then it's 10-player, and it just scales up like the longer and longer you play, and it helps you scale up that way. So and kind of know your place in a group environment. So the battles aren't like super large scale, but they definitely are action packed, and there's a lot going on in them. But it's got kind of an action RPG type of feel, like Diablo, with a much heavier PvP component.
Well, Guild Wars Factions is available now. When can we expect more from you, Greg, on the site?
Well, there's already. Well, I don't know if I want to talk about the weird thing I posted about it last night.
Yeah,
in my blog.
that's great.
But other than that, I am going to hunker down with this game in a serious way this weekend, and hope to have a review for you soon.
Nice. Now, before you go, though, although we are done with Guild Wars Factions, can we run that Final
Yes.
Fantasy XI
Where do we
action loop
stand?
one more time, please? Yeah.
Okay, what's happening here?
All right, let's switch to the beginning.
All right,
we gotta see it. We gotta
switch
see
over.
it.
What is our current status on installing Final Fantasy XI on the Xbox 360? Let's take a look.
Let's
take.
can't?
There we go.
All right.
There's 28 minutes ending.
So, okay, a number of GMs work on Final Fantasy XI. There are 27 minutes remaining.
It has not been 32 minutes since we started that. Am I right? Am I right? Can I get an official word on the clock? It's been 26 minutes.
You do have the option to cancel the installation right now, and if you were to push the power button on the Xbox 360,
no.
Should I do it?
No.
The installation might cancel for that reason as well.
Oh, tempting fate, woman.
So now, there's more to the installation, actually. There's a surprise waiting at the end of this initial hour of installation.
Well,
actually, there are multiple surprises in store.
Hey, no spoilers.
Yeah, maybe you should stick around and say something. Tell us
Final
at the
Fantasy fans are pretty particular about their spoilers. So.
Look at all that stuff.
At any rate, okay, let's get serious for a second. The thing about Final Fantasy XI for the Xbox 360 is it's basically identical to the game that's been out for a really long time, kind of warts and all. So this long install process, it's been part of the game for a while. Once you get past it, and it does take a while, Final Fantasy XI has some interesting stuff to offer and has kept people playing for like years and years and years at a time. But I don't know that it's really a good time to get into that game if you haven't already, as sort of a preamble to what I might say were I to review the game.
Well, thank you, Greg. Before you say any more, we're going to move on with the show. Speaking of spoilers, we're going to give away or ruin or not. Silent Hill, the movie. Alex and Carrie, took one for the team and went and saw it. And we have a movie review for you. For serious, check it out.
Thanks, On the Spot. Hi, everyone. I'm Alex Navarro. With me, Carrie Gouskos. And as a public service announcement, we are going to do our first film review here on The Spot. We figure, we've already done a book review, we've done a drink review. Might as well go into a real art form and dive into the whole world of film. And with it, for a nice little tie-in, we're going to review Silent Hill, the film. Right, Carrie?
Right, Alex. If you think that's a real work of art, I'm going to say you haven't had enough of the Final Fantasy potion yet.
You're probably right about that. Silent Hill does borrow a whole lot from the video game universe of Silent Hill. In fact, it's not just the original Silent Hill. There are elements from 1, 2, 3, and 4 all in there, kind of mixed in. It's basically being billed as this, straight-ahead kind of Hollywood horror film, but it's really not that on any level. It's really kind of more of this kind of arty, supposed to be moody atmosphere piece that it's not entirely successful at everything it does.
You can tell that a lot of the inspiration from the games is right there in the movie. And for people who have played through the games, people who are really big fans of the games are going to be able to go into that movie theater and see a lot of cool stuff. And I think the recognition is really exciting to walk in there and say, oh, look, there's that. There's, I recognize this. This is from the games. So it's a little bit of fan service. As a movie with a story, with a plot arch, it fails tremendously, and that's really why you really should just avoid it.
I didn't hate the movie the way you hated it. It nails the sort of just weird tone of the games, from like the monster designs, like
oh yeah, the pyramid head's in there, yeah,
Pyramid
exactly.
Head is completely awesome, and it involves some very brutal deaths with him.
You get the feeling, and there were different parts where they like kind of run to the end of an area and be like, oh, that's like the end of the level. I remember that. In this one where you couldn't run anymore, and it looked like the end of the world, you know. And so it almost seemed like a game. There were moments where I thought Roddy Mitchell was kind of running like a video game character. She was kind of like, ah, you know?
That kind of stiff sort of
right,
like,
exactly.
We haven't quite figured out good running animation run, right?
Right, so you're kind of thinking like, okay, so much of this sort of very Silent Hill-esque story going along, and you're like, okay, I'm following you, and then there's this moment where there's like 15 minutes of exposition. It's like, in case you didn't know what happened, in case you didn't figure it out, I'm going to tell you the background to the whole movie. The movie could have started right there and been 20 minutes long.
I think the biggest criticism I can really kind of lobby at the film is that it isn't really scary. The shock value isn't really there. The way the scenes are edited, it's like, you know, there's a degree of tension and uneasiness, but it's not really scary.
Well, right, because the point is, you know, like the games, the movie kind of shifts between the normal world and the Silent Hill world, which is sort of signified by this kind of blackout and this like horn that you hear. And the thing is that every time it gets to this point where it's like point of no return, like they're surrounded, what are we gonna do? All of a sudden it's like, you know, and you're like, oh, they're saved by the fact that it's going back to the normal world. So there's never this moment of total scariness where I think with the games,
yeah, I mean the games are scary. That's just how it is. You know, they're designed to be scary, and you know, a lot of it is psychological, but there are a lot of just jump-worthy moments in that. And in the film, it's just like every once in a while, there's something kind of comes out of left field, but for the most part, it's just disturbing imagery. It's not really anything worth, you know, getting too tense over. So in the end, Silent Hill, you know, is basically a failure. It's not. I didn't think it was as big of a failure as you, but Frank. Anyway, yeah, Silent Hill, not so good.
Yeah, I don't think Silent Hill is worth going to see unless you're a really big fan of the movie, of the games, and then maybe you should like it. Yeah. All right, back to you guys.
So you weren't really feeling the Silent Hill.
No.
But apparently Jeff was hungry.
Jeff was so hungry.
All the time Jeff is hungry.
Yeah, no.
Well, thanks for taking the bullet and going and seeing the movie.
You know, Alex and I, we love you all, and we love you too. And yeah, we didn't love Silent Hill, but he did like it a little more than I did.
But you do love Okami.
I love Okami.
You've been going nuts about how much you love Okami, so let's show it to the people right here. I have not seen this. I mean, I know the basic concept, but tell it to the people out there. What is going on here? You're a wolf.
I'm a wolf. You're actually a goddess, and there's a whole like lore behind this whole thing. So you're this goddess, and you've come down to the earth, and it's sort of evil things taking over the world, and you've got to make it like pretty again. And it's not, that sounds kind of bad. It's totally awesome. You're kind of cleansing the world of the evils and stuff. So there's some basic combat in here. I'm just doing some of the early combat stuff. And then what's cool about this is that, you know, there's a couple buttons you can sort of block and you can attack, but you can also sort of jump into the game. And the game's interesting mechanic is this sort of paintbrush mechanic right here. So you can use it, it's mostly used for puzzles, but you can also use it in combat. I didn't use it.
So you just drew a line across the screen?
Yeah, it didn't do anything.
And it didn't do anything.
Usually it's best to use it when they're like knocked back or something, and then like it will like slice them in half and stuff. So it kind of like adds to the dynamic of the fight.
So the paintbrush is the weapon?
The paintbrush is your weapon. And so is the shield that you're carrying on your back, actually. And of course, if you see what's sort of most obviously noticeable about this game is the graphics.
It's just got this insane art style.
So fantastic. The whole game is just really, it's sort of kind of cel-shaded, but it also looks kind of like a painting is sort of like unfolding before your eyes, and so there's some really cool stuff in here. See, I didn't do it again. It's not actually as hard to do it as I'm making it look. You just have to do it at very particular times. And
flying fish in the kimono, by the way.
Flying. It's like an evil goldfish. Yeah.
That is totally normal.
And what's sort of interesting about this game, and I've been thinking about it, and I've been thinking long and hard, and I'm kind of comparing it to Zelda at this point, because there's a lot to collect, a lot of different things to do. There's a lot of these really open hubs. If you look at this area, sort of this big open area, and there's like a number of different things that you can do in sort of any given hub. You want to find all these like circles of light that have these, you dig stuff out of there, and there's all this stuff to collect, and you want to gain all these techniques. One of the techniques I just got was this one to draw these little lotus flower petals. And so that's helping me right now get across.
So you're just drawing a circle on the screen there, and then it is creating an actual lotus petal. So you get different techniques. You can draw different things as the game progresses.
Yeah, totally.
We totally ruined my one question about Zelda. Thanks.
Sorry.
Andrew Bullock in Hackensack, New Jersey wants to know: are there any epic boss battles in the game, and are they as pretty as the game itself?
Yeah, I mean everything stays in this style. So when you change environments, you change. Who you're fighting, you fight against the boss, it's going to be something in this style. So yeah, I fought a couple bosses at this point. This is a little earlier than like where I am right now in the game, but I fought a couple bosses, and there's some pretty cool stuff that you're doing in there.
So is this like the extent of the gameplay here that we're seeing? It's like there's some simple combat, and then there's like crazy paintbrush-based little puzzles here?
Yeah, I mean there's more than just paintbrush puzzles. There's also some kind of platforming and stuff. Like he can jump on, or she can jump on like walls like here. Well, I didn't need it right there. But yeah, a lot of it's going to come down to the paintbrush. And for example, I just need to blow up this wall, so I'm just going to make a little bomb right there.
So you just drew a bomb, and then it actually made that wall explode.
Right, exactly.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, and the other thing is that this game definitely has some aspect of kind of like adventure game elements into it, because there's a lot of text, and
Okay.
I'm playing the import, and I'm not fluent in Japanese, so
you have no idea what the hell's going on?
No, I have no idea what the hell's going on. I will say that there's something about it, like figuring out the puzzles is so charming and enjoyable that I'm really loving it, even though I don't understand it. But it's also like I've had to use a FAQ, and so I've sort of been discouraging everyone who's like coming over my desk and going, "The game looks awesome, I want it," and then like don't import it, like wait for it to come out.
So you say this is not particularly import friendly?
There's just a lot of text. I'm still really enjoying it, and I have the import. So I don't know. And this is the other thing about it. You change between day and night. So there are day-specific puzzles and night-specific puzzles, but you can also like. It's daytime now, but I could have before have like gone up and drawn a circle in the sky and drawn the sun to have it come out.
PG Mighty from Sacramento, California wants to know: does the constant switching to the brush get cumbersome? I notice that you do have to kind of bring the action to a screeching halt.
No, I think it works perfectly. Like
Okay.
like with the combat, for example, you don't have to use it in the combat.
Okay.
So if you find that going back and forth between it, but it's just you press one button, you hold it down, and then you just do something. So if you only want to use it for the puzzles, then go right ahead. If you just don't like the way it's working with the combat, but I love just kind of going back and forth with it. I'm having a blast.
Mr. T from London.
No way.
Not the Mr. T, I'm sure. Wants to know, and it's a question on everyone's mind, of course, will it be possible to draw rude things in Okami using the paintbrush and giggle like a little schoolgirl at it?
Mr. T!
Let's see.
I don't think Mr. T can actually...
Don't do it. What are you writing?
I'm not writing anything rude.
Okay.
I don't know. Is it rude? Am I writing something rude? I don't know. Now let's see. What if something happens?
What is that? Yeah, let's see what that does.
You just unlock something.
No.
Nothing.
Maybe I did it in the wrong place. No, yeah, you can draw whatever you want. You will run out of paint, and you have to like kind of keep your paint up. But you can draw whatever you want. But there's something, I don't know. I don't think I would draw anything.
So you can
Mostly
get up,
circles
is
and
what
stuff.
you're saying?
Yeah, I'm actually just a one color throw up right here.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
So later you get wheat pasting. Well, very cool, Carrie. Thanks for coming and showing this. This is out in Japan right now, and this is coming out in the U.S.
September, I believe.
September 06, so
yep.
look for it then. But right now, Rich Gallup and Justin Calvert are standing by. Gentlemen, what's up?
Nothing. How you doing?
We're just chilling. I'm watching wolves and paint.
This is kind of
Wolf
a
paint?
magical show we've got
It
going
is.
on. We had some Guild Wars, and we've had some Final Fantasy XI, some Okami, and now we're going to Lost Magic.
We are.
We're just going to throw the word magic in the title of the game.
And I'm going to draw way more shapes than Carrie was drawing over there.
Nice. So what is Lost Magic, Justin Calvert?
Okay, so it's an RPG, and you play a mage, so you have lots of magic at your disposal. And basically, it plays out kind of like an RTS when you're in the action sequences. But the trick is that you have to draw these shapes to activate spells, these different spells. And what I'm trying to do now is get into an action sequence. I've kind of come back a bit from where I am in the story.
Okay, you don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, so I've come back, and of course now that I want a random battle,
they're not giving you one.
They normally come all the
So
time.
is this how you move through the game world right here, just moving from dot to dot, or?
Yeah, everything is stylus-driven. It's not going to give me a random battle, is it?
It'll give you one, dude.
Crazy.
You just keep going, you'll get one.
I tested this before I came on, and it was fine.
I believe
it
you.
just took me like a couple of goes.
Why don't you tell us a little about the story of the game then?
Okay, so yeah, you play this young guy called Isaac, and your father was he's like the white mage or something. So he's basically the guy who looks after the wand of light.
That sounded like a battle noise, by the way.
So yeah, the 6 elements are light, dark, fire, water, earth, and wind. And
no heart.
Polar opposites.
Captain Planet's gonna be disappointed.
Okay, so here, all these monsters with the blue energy bars over them. This fight's gonna be way easy. But yeah, all these monsters are ones that I've caught in previous fights.
Okay.
That's like a huge part of it. Like some of the levels are really difficult to complete if you don't have the right monsters. So I've got some of these little, I think they're brown shogs. I think they're like, I don't know, little earthy jelly tots or something.
Sure.
So
you get to control all these monsters in your fight?
Yeah.
This is a huge posse you have here.
I know. I'm rolling with a whole gang here. This level's going to take me about 10 seconds.
So how do you catch a monster then? Just by defeating it, or?
I'll show you. If I can manage to not kill one of these in one hit, then I'll try and catch one. Okay, so if to do a spell, I just hold this down, and I'm going to draw the shape for a fireball, and it's going to kill him in one go.
So that was a lot of shapes right there. How many spells are there?
Yeah, so right now I've unlocked I guess 13 shapes of 18. But the weird thing is that you can combine them. So if I combine fire with earth, then I'll throw like a big rock instead.
Oh, cool.
And if I combine this water one with dark, then I'll do a kind of machine gun thing with all this dark energy.
Cool.
So there's like, right now, my list of possible spells I think is like over 300.
Nice.
Just using all the different combinations. Right now I can use any 2 spells in conjunction with each other. I think eventually you can do kind of combos of 3.
Nice. Seeing that just made me think of Eternal Darkness first, I think.
Oh, really?
A little Paragon.
I didn't play much in it.
You guys got any questions for Justin?
Yes. Joseph Lyons from Albuquerque wants to know, does drawing the spells get old, or do new ones keep it fresh?
It's pretty cool. I'll see if there you go. I just caught that guy. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get it on camera.
Oh, you didn't? No, it's pretty good actually. You start off with only like 2 or 3 spells that you're able to use, and it's quite a while before you're able to start combining them. And what happens is they don't tell you how to combine them or what kind of results you're going to get when you try it. So it's just trial and error. You just try drawing the shapes and see what happens, and then it adds them to your kind of book of spells, if you like, so you can see what you're
What's your favorite spell, would you say, so far? Is it that machine gun one? That one looks pretty cool.
I don't know. I kind of like these, there's one you can do where you can build walls of different energies. So if I build a dark wall...
Some of those shapes look kind of hard to draw. Is it just practice, or...?
Some of them are kind of hard, actually.
Yeah.
Justin was an art major, so he's cheating.
Oh, that's right.
So I just drew a wall there. I just drew like a water wall there. So anything that bumps into that isn't a water element monster is going to start taking a hit to their health or whatever.
One last question, Ryan Davis. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Louis Alvarez from Chicago wants to know: is there multiplayer in Lost Magic, and how is it?
There is multiplayer. I haven't tried it yet. There's actually online and also Wi-Fi for 2 people, and it's like a duel. But I think the way it works is that you only get to use the stuff that you've unlocked. So I've got someone else in the office right now unlocking a bunch of stuff so that I can try out the game against them.
Don't let him do that, dude. Just house him. Take him down.
Well, he hasn't had it nearly as long as I've had it, so it's all good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, thank you, Justin. The game is out now.
Yeah, it just came out this week.
And your review is pending.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Well, we'll let you get to work on it.
Cool.
Thank you, Justin.
Thanks, Rich.
And now, Ryan and Carrie, I know you guys are excited. The time has come.
Stoked right now.
The time has come to announce the winner of GameSpot's E3 Undercover competition.
That was awesome. That was the video thing, right?
It was totally the video thing. We asked people to send us user-uploaded videos, which now everyone can do.
That's great.
And subscribers can do. I'm sorry. All of our paid subscribers can do.
Every subscriber.
That's everyone
without further ado, let's let his video do the talking for him. Here is your winner.
Hi there. My name is Will Savage. Now, those of you who, like me, are long-time frequent visitors to GameSpot may have noticed that the name Will Savage, my name, has been appearing quite often here on GameSpot.
The winners are Will Savage of California.
Will Savage is name of the show. That's a great name. Will Savage should be a politician or a used car salesman.
Isn't there a name with a name similar to that at some point?
Have gun Will Savage.
Will Rock? I'm thinking Will Rock. I'm sorry. Will Rock.
Will Savage, Pontiac. We've got the savagest deals in town.
All right.
That's no problem for Will Savage. Will Savage has got it down. You're Will Savage. I know it's a secret.
There is no secret. The truth is, I've always been Will Savage. And I figured that this E3 undercover contest would be just the opportunity to show you what Will Savage is really all about. And to let you know what I am most excited about seeing at this year's E3. Alright, I think it's time I gave you a brief overview of my taste in gaming in general and the variety of games that I like to play. Now, some players are rather superfluous in their buying habits, but I like to make sure that the games I buy will provide them with thoroughly worthwhile gaming experiences. For instance, I've got Fallout series here, I've got Eternal Darkness, Smash Brothers, Moonbase Commander, Command & Conquer series actually first got me into PC games, as well as the strategy genre as a whole. Now that I've shown you a bit of my game collection, I'd like to talk a little about E3. So, the number one thing that I'm most looking forward to at this year's E3 would have to be the Nintendo Revolution. I like trying new things, and I like playing games in new ways. I think the Revolution's got the greatest potential to provide just that. Normally, me and rock music... However, me and Guitar Hero... Resident Evil 4 here would have to be one of the most viscerally satisfying action games that I've ever played. In fact, I've played it so often that I think I'm even beginning to see it in real life. Burrito Casserole. Tim Tracy, you genius. Alright, this is the end of my video. I want to thank you all for watching it, and I hope you'll remember to vote for Will Savage.
And people did remember to vote for Will Savage.
So
Congratulations,
awesome.
Will. Congratulations to everyone who entered. Thanks for your participation. But right now we have on the phone Will Savage himself. Hello, Will.
Yeah, hey, Rich.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Jeff Gersman, this is the man that pretty much you propelled to the top here.
I don't believe it. When we get to E3, I'm gonna need to see some ID, man.
Jeff doesn't believe that you're actually Will Savage.
I think that maybe you just changed your name to Will Savage.
But Jeff, didn't you say that would be even better?
That would be even better. That'd be the most devious thing in the world. Something only someone as devious as Will Savage could come up with. So it's really this catch-22. I don't know what to think, man.
Will, I think the first question that everyone wants to ask, where did you get that Resident Evil jacket? Where?
Actually, that was owned by the first guy, who's not me in the video.
Okay.
He looks like the kind of guy that would own a jacket like that.
So are you ready to go to E3?
Yeah. It was his, yeah.
Are you still excited about the Revolution now that it's called the Wii?
I don't know what to think about the new name. I still think of it as the Revolution myself, but I don't know. Maybe the new name will catch on with time. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Well, Will, we got to ask you, what is the very first thing you're going to do when you get to E3?
First thing I would do is check out the Revolution.
See, that's not true. The first thing he's going to do is get me a sandwich. Too sweet, Savage.
That's just mean. That's just mean, dude.
Yeah, that's like you didn't read the fine print, but yeah, it's actually all food runs for the staff.
Nice. All right, but seriously, Will, what else are you looking forward to E3?
What was that?
What else are you looking forward to at E3?
I'm looking forward to seeing the PS3 up close and in person.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to Guitar Hero 2.
Yeah, you better rock it out.
Good choices.
Then I've started making a list. I've probably got about 3 dozen games on it that I'm hoping to check up on.
That's it?
So, well, just so far. I only started today.
So you are driving and talking right now? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I'm in the car on the cell phone right now.
That's like the most unsafe thing ever.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not playing a PSP.
He's got a point.
It's true. Anyone have any final questions for Will while we have him on the phone?
Yeah, are you prepared to be served with legal papers for using our likenesses in your video?
I was hoping you guys could kind of overlook that.
I'll see what I can do with the legal department. We'll see how it goes. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
I didn't sign anything. I did not sign any rights away.
Exactly.
Yeah. That sounds like 2 sandwiches. I think we'll buy.
Oh man.
Ryan, Carrie, any last words for Will?
No, I'm just stoked that we're gonna have just someone here, and I'm really thrilled to get to meet Will Savage in person. So
yes.
Yeah, and that video was great. So good job.
He earned it.
That
he
was
deserved
really
it.
awesome.
Thanks for ending, Will. Congratulations once again, and we will see you at E3, I guess.
All right, yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you there.
Drive safely
and stay savage.
Oh, now he's just gonna crash the car, and it's just gonna be this tragic end to this story.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Ryan Davis is gonna make a Have Gun Will Savage T-shirt.
Yeah, we should. Yeah,
totally. So we're not going to give away any more prizes this week, or we're going to save the Dreamfall winners for next week, in case you're tuning in for that.
Wait, don't we have something else?
We do have one last part of the show we have to do, though. Do we have a Final Fantasy XI Action Install graphic? Woo! I feel very Daily Show when we do that.
I've been on some pretty serious reports in the past, but nothing like this.
Let's go to the action install, shall we? I want to see. Is it done yet?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Oh my goodness, that is so close.
We have to see what happens at this point.
We can't.
Come on,
we're done. The show is over.
What happens?
What's that?
Well, we should at least tell people what happens.
Okay, all right.
Fine. So when this 3
Carrie,
minutes
tell us
passes,
what happens.
When the 3 minutes passes, you're gonna have to patch the game for an hour.
Or more.
Or more. So this is actually just the first half, or second, third, or something.
Well, Greg said it ends up taking about 3 hours. So about 3 hours to install a console game.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Welcome to the next gen era.
And a recent console game.
I love the Final Fantasy XI Action Install Watch. We're gonna have to figure out a way to do something like this again.
Can we run it again?
We have graphics down here.
Just
we got one that
fun.
rolls.
It's
it's savage.
It's fully savage, Rich. It is fully savage.
It is fully savage. Ryan and Carrie, you guys got any final thoughts on the show?
No, it's been great.
It's been a savage
We want
show.
to get out of here before the 2 minutes passes.
And that thing might explode. You never know.
Oh, I don't know.
We're not filling. We're gonna get out of here.
Come on.
No, we're gonna get out of here.
Come on, dude.
I'm hungry.
Don't you want to see it?
Talking about sandwiches with Will Savage totally has me hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Let's
All
go
right.
get some sandwiches.
Okay.
Good show, Jeff. Thanks for showing up for the 2 bits we had.
Hey, yeah, no problem. I'll hang out for a couple minutes.
Carrie, Ryan, thanks as always.
Thank you, Rich.
And we'd like to thank the gentleman from ATI for coming by and bringing us the future with DirectX 10.
The future of PC video gaming.
Yes, exactly.
It's water.
And
it wouldn't be a show without WII. I still think it stands for
there
what
is no I in
it is. Or what it is.
They're going to spell it like we in
two I's in
France
we.
or something.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we?
But okay, but is it done? Have we stalled enough? Come on.
1 minute.
Come on. All right, fine. Forget it.
Let's get out of here. If you guys want to know, you're going to have to install the game yourself. Also, Greg Kasavin and Justin Calvert, thanks for coming by. It's been a great show. Thank all of you for watching, and thanks to the crew. You guys did a great job like you always do. We will catch you next week for the last pre-E3 show of On the Spot.
Vampire.